Chair now recognizes Mr. Alford for his 5 minutes of questions.
Well, thank you, Chair Joyce and Ranking Member Hoyer, and Mr. Laro, thank you for being here today. Director Vought, thank you most of all. I appreciate the work you're doing to try to right the ship in America, and we're about to hit a reef if we don't do something with our spending. I do want to follow up on my colleague, Mr. Womack's questioning about the full budget. So you were saying we are not going to receive the full budget until after the reconciliation package is done, which at the earliest would be July 4th. Is that correct?
Correct. We will be forthcoming with additional information to fill out the deficit picture and all of the additional information at that time.
Well, I'm new to this. I'm new on appropriations. I'm just kind of learning this process, but this really puts us up against the wall. I mean, we're having our Milcon VA markup tomorrow without a full budget. We've got to get all 12 of these out of committee, and we've got to get these passed on the House floor. We've got to get a lot done before our August in-district work period. We don't need another CR, and we don't need a government shutdown. That will not be good for the president. It will not be good for Congress. It will not be good for America. So
let me clarify, Congressman.
Yes.
You have everything you need for all of your markups. You do not just have high-level discretionary proposals that we were forthcoming with nearly a month ago. You have the full budget as it pertains to the appropriations process, and you have all of the information that is needed to be able to write those bills, and particularly in the VA context where you're dealing with advanced appropriations.
Right.
You have that material. Congressional budget justifications and the appendix went up last week and are continuing to flow. Where there's only some work that remains is on the defense side, and we are pushing DOD as fast as we can to get their remaining information up to the Hill.
you've been, thank you for your support of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Of course, we too appreciate that. You've said that, talking to critics, they've been relying on faulty CBO numbers for their criticism of the bill. Example, in 2017, the CBO was off with its projections of the TCJA by $1 trillion. What are the flaws in CBO scoring?
Well, other than the baselines that they use, which don't reflect or aren't comparable with how they treat spending. So CBO assumes that spending will continue. All of your appropriations bills are assumed, not on an annual basis, which of course they are passed on, but they are assumed to continue with inflation over the life of the 10-year window. That's not the case with tax revenue. For the way that the law was written and the way that CBO operates is that they judge an expiration date to be something that causes it to look like a new cost to taxpayers. That's one, and then of course they've had just historically undynamic assumptions with regard to tax policy and other policy moves therein.
I want to talk a little bit about the Recision package that you sent over, $9.4 billion package. Secretary Rubio was sitting in that seat 2 weeks ago before NSRP subcommittee. There have been 5,341 USAID awards that have been terminated, unobligated savings of $27.7 billion, yet your Recision package only includes $9.3 billion, I believe, for state and foreign aid. Is that correct?
It's correct, yeah.
Are we going to see further Recision packages that will claw back this money?
Perhaps. We are very anxious to see the reception from a vote standpoint in the House and the Senate. We've had tremendous interactions with your committee, sitting down with the chairman, the subcommittee chairman, to make sure that the package, one of the reasons why it took a little bit, it was constructed a long time ago, was we were having the conversations with this committee to make it so that it can be passed next week.
Okay.
If that goes well, I'm less concerned about the House as I am in the Senate, and it's very important for it to pass. If it does, it'll be worth the effort, and we'll send up additional packages.
Last question. Part of the Recision package, the Global Health Program for $400 million, it says this proposal would eliminate only those programs that neither provide life-saving treatment nor support American interests. Does this include PEPFAR, any money that's funding PEPFAR whatsoever?
It does. It has a cut to PEPFAR, but not to life-saving treatment. Let me just walk you through
What about prevention, sir?
So the challenge we have in PEPFAR is that PEPFAR has been perceived as only life-saving treatment. But if you look, you've got $2.5 million for teaching young children how to make environmentally friendly reproductive health decisions. You have nearly $1 million for services for transgender people, sex workers, and their client and sexual networks in Nepal. You have $5.1 million to strengthen the resilience of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, and queer global movements. So even in an area like PEPFAR, and I did see some of the reaction from the Senate as to us including PEPFAR, we believe that it needs to be on the table. We can find waste, fraud, and abuse there that the American people would not support, and it's one of the reasons why it's in the package, but it will not lead to life-saving treatment being denied. That has been a hallmark of all of President Trump's budgetary policies with regard to PEPFAR, is if you are receiving care, you will continue to receive that care.
I'm out of time. Thank you. I yield back.